I didn't think this could get worse, but here we are. I didn't respond to any of the subliminal messages she posted about me on social media, and I've been very quiet while I've been getting my ducks in a row for the litigation. Is this person a lawyer? I wonder if they're actually a lawyer.
Maybe. They're using fancy lawyer lingo.
But this past Friday, she sent me a 3-page audit of financial and emotional contributions from 2015 to present. I wish I was fucking joking. Casey, I got sick this week, and like a good friend, I don't want to make you sick, so we're doing this episode remotely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you doing, bud?
I'm pretty much over it, but I don't want to spread it. So last week sucked though.
What
it was
did
not fun.
Yeah, tell all the gory details, please.
I don't know what I had. It might have been the flu or something. I got my flu shot and everything, but I got sick on Bex's birthday. And last year, which was the first time that we celebrated her birthday together, I got sick on our birthday with the flu then. So it's becoming a very fun tradition.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, I got sick like 2 weeks ago. So you were just following the leader.
Did you give this to me?
Maybe.
I'm watching you. It's not very friendly of you.
No, not friendly at all. Well, I just went to Utah to do stuff for my wedding, and
you saw snow.
Huh?
You saw snow.
I did. I got to see my favorite thing, which is snow. It was so lovely. It did not snow as much as I had hoped it would.
Sad.
But we can thank climate change for that.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was interesting, though, because all of this stuff is brand new to us, and so we're bad at it. And that means that, like, we show up at the venue for this open house where, there's different vendors and stuff. And we sit down and they prepared food because all of the food is made in this venue. And the food that they made for that one, it was all Latin themed. And cool. Yeah, that was cool. It's not in any way what we're going to do for our wedding food. But
so you did not get a good impression of.
Well, the food was good, but it was tough because we're doing our wedding in Utah, so that's not where we live. And so, we just got to do the date that we could do. And so this was the food that they made. And their menu, it had one vegetarian option and everything else was meat. And so, so I was like, I'll take the jackfruit taco. Yeah, sure. And, jackfruit's jackfruit. It's not amazing to me. It's not bad to me. It's fine. It's not what I'm going to allow at my wedding because that would be sad to me. But we sit down and Charlotte just stares at the food for a moment and just goes, I'm just going to step outside. I just need to breathe.
Did she also get the jackfruit taco?
No, she didn't. They did have chicken. So yeah, they had chicken. Okay. So she had chicken. But she just was like, she's stressed because it's a wedding and she's just perma-stressed about it. And I'm like, it's going to be fine. Obviously, this is not the food we're going to eat for ours. We just have to say whether it's good or not. And the black beans, holy crap, were those good.
Ooh,
those were amazing black beans.
I love a good bean.
Yeah, I'm sad you'll never try them because we're not doing them at our wedding. But they were really good. So Charlotte comes back inside. We're like, okay, we can do this. And we go up to the main woman who's going to sit down with us for our meetings and everything. And she just looks at Charlotte like Charlotte is a wounded animal. And she just makes her eyes as big as possible. And it's like, we're going to help you. We're here to support you. Everything's going to be fine. And I was like, why the hell isn't she looking at me? She just talked to Charlotte the whole time. She occasionally will just dart her eyes over to me really quick, but she is zeroed in. And I was like, what the hell? Well, apparently what happened is that my stepmom went up while Charlotte was panicking and while I was just sitting there eating. She went up to this woman and went, yeah, they're freaking out. Can you just what can we do to help them? So that's why this lady was talking like this, is because she knew we were panicking in our hearts, and she knew that, I think Charlotte was panicking a little bit more than me, but she
More
was like, I
visibly.
need to help this bride.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So that was our weekend, was full of panic and
tasty black beans.
Yeah, and people soothing us. And
Nice.
honestly, she did a great job. I feel a lot better about the wedding, so I guess it's still on.
Hell yeah. I'm glad that it's not canceled.
Yeah, not canceled. So, Michael, I understand that you have a few things, though, that you want to share with us.
Yeah, I was thinking that today we could do some more Am I the Asshole Friendship Edition.
Ooh, the last ones were so fun, but I hope that this time maybe they're more age appropriate.
I really avoided young people. There's still a lot of like young people, but there's not as many 18-year-olds.
There's 18-year-olds that
And
were
there's
like,
no high schoolers.
our solution isn't just grow up because you're not equipped currently.
This time, I think we'll have some more interesting answers for people.
Okay, good. I'm excited to figure out who is the asshole.
Yes, and whether or not these people are actually your fucking friend.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for the first one?
Yeah, I'm ready. Hit me.
Am I the asshole? My friend ruined my Yixing teapot, and I want her to replace it or give me $500. Right off the bat, what do you think? I think in my opinion, usually if someone breaks something expensive of yours, that's on you.
Yeah.
Because if you put them in a position, unless they did something really stupid, if you put them in a position where they could break it, you made that choice.
Yeah. If it's something that's $20, like I remember at one point you broke my coffee machine and you were very kind and replaced it.
I accidentally bumped into the handle and the coffee pot flew off and shattered everywhere.
Cratered to the ground.
Yep.
And even now I'm like, maybe I should have just handled that. But you were very kind and you paid for it. But if that was a $500 coffee pot, like, no, you can't ask somebody else to fix that. You allowed that to happen. And I'm very excited to figure out how this person's not the asshole and that they're actually totally in the right. But for right now, I'm saying, no, if you have something that expensive, you either need to put it up and like have something that people can use the rest of the time, or you just need to be fine that you risked that.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. When I went to China, I bought myself a Yixing teapot. This is a clay unglazed pot that gets seasoned the more you make tea in it. Kind of like a cast iron pan. Since it's unglazed, you cannot wash it with soap or any rough sponges. Oh no. You clean it by using hot water and then you let it air dry. Nothing else. This is the issue. I left for a work trip and my friend watched my cat. I paid her. I told her she can use anything in the kitchen. My Yixing teapot is not in the kitchen, and neither are any of my fancy loose leaf teas for it. I have a normal kettle in my kitchen for guests to use. I came back and found the Yixing teapot in my sink, and it smells like soap. It also has multiple scratches on the inside. I called her up, and she told me she used it because she loved the tea I make with it. She then washed it with a rough wire sponge and used soap. She didn't know where my sponges were and didn't want to put it in the dishwasher. I tried to fix it, and I couldn't. Anything in it comes out with a taste of soap, and the scratches are just getting bigger with every boil I try. It's ruined. I called her up and asked her to replace it since she ruined it. She told me to just clean it, and I told her I have tried. She agreed, and I sent her to the teapot and sent her to the teapot from the same store I bought mine that was most similar. It's actually cheaper than the one I bought in China. It's $500. She called me pissed after I sent her the link and refused to pay for it. She claims I should have told her not to use it or pointed out that it was behind glass, and I didn't think I needed to. I asked her to pay again, and she is pissed. Should I just cut my losses?
Oh, buddy.
This is bad.
This is bad, and honestly, I knew there was going to be a twist here where I didn't. This is complicated.
Yeah, this is super complicated.
It was behind glass?
Yeah, this is clearly not something you then it's also not in the kitchen.
Yeah. That's a big That's a big no for me. You can't use that and then because and I totally get this person had no idea. Like 90% of people would have no idea what this pot is, but there's clearly another one and then I'm broken, dude. That made me so uncomfortable.
Yeah, because she's doing her a favor. She's over there. She clearly, and she knows this person makes the tea because she has seen her make tea in this pot before. And she likes it a lot. So she goes out of the kitchen and goes and finds this pot and uses it. God. And I guess people just don't know that there's like, I would know because I know about like cast iron and things like that, that like something of any sort of material like that will have very specific care instructions.
Yeah.
And I would just know that I don't know what those care instructions are and I shouldn't touch it.
Yeah. And like, I totally agree. I think I would know too, but that's only because I lived with you when you had a cast iron. And that, if I hadn't have had that, I would know. Like cooking's not like my main thing. And then certainly making tea's not my main thing. So while I think, yes, I might have known, I don't necessarily think that it should be assumed that anybody knows because it's such a specific thing that you can that you only get from this area that most people aren't going to be familiar with. But I have a solution, and I think it's a pretty good solution. You both pay half because you're both at fault.
That's the bet. Yeah, it's so tough because you can't ask them to pay that much for it.
You can't ask them to pay $500. That's too much. Like that.
And like, hey, I really want to get another one. I don't have the money right now. Would you be able to help me pay for it?
Yeah.
Like suddenly it's like, it's not like I need you to replace this thing, but instead like, can you please help me?
Yep. I think that is the best solution because while, it was behind glass, they shouldn't have used it. They screwed up, but you were having them watch your house. You didn't specifically say, don't ever use this teapot. You didn't go over care instructions with them. Like, it's a learning experience for both of you. But, I mean, and it depends on how much you like this friendship. But $500, like, that's an extreme. That's an extremely costly thing.
Yeah.
And so I think I don't know if I'd pay it. I'd be like, holy crap, dude, why do you have a $500 teapot? And why is that not under lock and key? Like, so
it's just so tough because I just know I wouldn't take something out of someone's glass. Like I wouldn't go over to someone's house and use their fine china and that's in their like locked, that's in like the cabinet with all the glass. Like, you know not to use that to plate your grilled cheese sandwich that you made over at their house.
Yeah, I agree. And it's a good example. Like it's a 1-to-1 and 100% because you know if that breaks, it's expensive.
Okay, so this is what the comments are saying. The top comment says, I'm saying not the asshole because it was enclosed in a glass case and you made an alternative available, which is like the real normal teapot.
The normal teapot. Totally, I think that's super fair.
Yeah. As two other not the assholes. I think it seems like everyone says not the asshole. Man, that's rough.
I think what you have to figure out is how much you're going to push this person and how much you care about the relationship. And I think either way, I just think you've got to find what's an amount that they can give towards this new teapot because I just don't think even if you push them as hard as possible that they're going to end up giving you the full amount.
And also, I think you have to know, is this friend somebody who I can actually trust with my house?
Yeah.
Like, is this somebody who like is going to come in and accidentally fuck up my kitchen?
Yeah.
Because they're going to misuse my stuff, or is this a friend who understands this kind of stuff because they also have stuff like this in their house?
Yeah, that's super fair. I think
you have to realize that.
Yeah. It's like if you ask somebody to come take care of your plants and a plant dies, it's like, well, then like how much did you trust that person to come take care of the plants? Because like I remember when I asked you and like it was like, Yeah, what I'm not gonna do is give Michael like a ton of instructions because like that might be overkill and like then something could slip up and then I'll be angry. But instead, what I can do is say, hey, just come water the plants on this day. Here's the ones, just throw some water on them and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
But you kind of have to know how much you can actually reasonably ask of somebody and know that person and whether or not they'll actually deliver.
Yeah, that's very true. Hey, my one plant that I've got, my one Japanese peace lily is going strong.
Yeah. Has it
Probably.
flowered again?
Yeah, yes, but he flower. It's gone through the cycle. I think like
Yeah.
one or two more times.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, new one.
We got a money one for this next one.
Money, money.
Am I the asshole for asking my friend group to send deposits up front for the trip after last time only half paid me back?
No, they're all assholes.
They're all well. Wait, do you think that?
Well, okay, not the people who
is the
paid.
asshole? So wait, is the person making the post?
They're
Who-
not the asshole.
They're not the asshole. Okay.
No, anybody
Yeah,
who
absolutely
doesn't
not.
pay for their portion is an asshole. Now,
And there's nothing wrong for asking for the money up front.
if this person goes around and says, I booked these things without consulting them and the price got out of hand, then no, they're the asshole. But
That's a good point. But
that's-
assuming it is all agreed upon, and then he asked for the money up front, that is so fair.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, there's nothing
that's
wrong with that.
One of the, I mean, even now, maybe there's like ask for half of it versus asking for all of it just to, to help people who maybe can't do a lump sum all at once. But I mean, no, 100% you are within your rights to ask for people to pay at least some upfront.
And also, if somebody didn't pay me back for the last trip, they're not coming on the next trip.
No.
They have to pay me back. They still have to pay me back.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? 100%. What an asshole.
Okay, our friend circle, which comprises 6 friends, takes a trip every year. I usually plan the trip, including booking the Airbnb and other arrangements. Last year, I had to pay $600 from my own pocket, as everyone was saying, pay me later. Only half of them actually paid me later, though, when we were planning the trip this year. Oh, when we were planning the trip this year, I suggested that everyone pay the deposit first, and then I wouldn't have to pay from my pocket. Some of my friends got upset and said that it was making things complicated and that I was overthinking. One of my friends said, "You're usually good at this. What's changed? Am I the asshole for requesting the deposits this time?" These people are taking advantage of you.
Could you imagine having friends like that?
I can imagine it, but I can't imagine staying friends with them for very long at all.
Like,
I would quit so fast.
Yeah, what if like I came over one time and we ate dinner and I was like, "You used to be a good chef. What changed?"
I mean, these people are just taking advantage of them. And I hate when someone asks you to be accountable and then your response is just, "What's up with you, dude?
Yeah. No,
You
that's
used
weak.
you used to be a good friend."
No,
Obviously, all the comments are saying not the asshole.
yeah, that's a really straightforward, easy one. Is you just gotta be cool with paying for your part in something. I feel like that's not even something I should have to say, but
Yeah.
it is.
Don't let people walk all over you.
Yep.
People are crazy.
Find new friends. Okay, what do you think? Do you think this person should just find new friends?
I mean, half these friends seem okay.
Yeah.
The ones that pay them back, like it's
that's
okay.
fair.
Expecting somebody to cover the initial costs of the trip and to just be okay with that is crazy. Like
Yeah.
if they are okay with it, cool, that's great. But if they're not, you have to take responsibility too and be like, yo, it's all of our responsibility to come up with the money to like put the down payment on this trip.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you can't-
Totally. All right. Easy solved. They are not the asshole.
All right, this one is a would I be the asshole?
Ooh.
Would I be the asshole for suing my friend when she didn't come to my wedding? Are you going to sue me if I don't come to your wedding?
Well, yeah. 100%. Are you kidding me? I'd be so pissed. Could you imagine the best man doesn't show up?
Just like, sorry, didn't feel like it. I got distracted.
I trust you'd have a good reason, so I probably wouldn't sue you, but I would want to. Now, I think this is dangerous. Yeah, you're probably the asshole, but I'm sure that they have some good. I don't know. I feel like this one's gonna be another one of those complicated ones.
Or like suddenly we get some more details that just makes us go like, oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I, 25 female, recently got married to my 25 male husband in Bali in January. Dude, destination wedding.
Yeah.
It was a destination wedding. Oh, but my parents and his parents paid for their own plane tickets and hotel, but we paid for our friends' plane tickets and hotel stays. Each plane ticket was about $2,000, and hotel was maybe around $150 to $300 for the week. My friend Gemma brought along her newlywed husband, John, but paid for his plane ticket. The problem is that Gemma and John did not show up to my wedding. Gemma took the free plane ticket to Bali and the hotel room, and when I asked her why she didn't show up, she said that since they couldn't afford their own honeymoon, that this was a perfect opportunity, and that Jim decided that he didn't feel like going. I was really hurt by this since Jim and I have been friends for over 10 years. Would I be the asshole if I took her to small claims court for the money I spent on the plane ticket and hotel?
Whoa.
They just decided that since someone was paying for their trip, that this was going to be their honeymoon, and they didn't feel like going to the wedding. That's a level of entitlement that is off the charts.
Yeah, that's crazy. So I think this is pretty easy would you be the asshole? No, you wouldn't be the asshole for taking them to small claims court. Should you? Absolutely not.
Yeah, it's not worth the trouble.
Eat the money. It's definitely not worth it for $2,300.
I also think it's reasonable just to ask them to give you the money back and to not be friends with them anymore.
Yeah, 100%.
Hey, guys, I paid for that so you could come to my wedding, and you didn't come to my wedding. You need to pay me that back.
Yeah, 100%.
Not okay. Okay, there's an update.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I messaged Gemma per multiple comments advising me to invoice her for the plane ticket and hotel room, but I did something a little better. I wanted to get proof so if I had to go to court, it would be easier to win. This is fucked up. I messaged her this. This person is on a different level. Hey, sorry for being so distant, but I just wanted to talk to you about Bali. I'm hurt that you didn't show up for the ceremony. I pulled a lot of strings to ensure that you could come, and then you didn't show up. Do you think I paid for the trip just so you could honeymoon with John? She replied, I've missed you a lot, and I know the trip was for your wedding, but John didn't want to go because he felt like your wedding ruined the illusion of the trip being a honeymoon and that you'd understand. I replied, no, I don't understand. You took advantage of me, and that's not what real friends do. So I'm sending you the invoice for $2,387 for the cost of the plane ticket and hotel room. I will give you 30 days, and after that, I will be taking legal action. I received no response, but she's been posting subliminal quotes on Instagram that are along the lines of entitled friends and having snakes in your life. Dude. That's the worst. When someone starts going off and getting sympathy from other people when you know that they're the asshole.
No, it's so frustrating. That's
There is another update.
Oh, okay. Well, first off, would you have done that text message?
I would have done a similar text message to that. Yeah. I think that was a good text message.
I probably wouldn't have said the court thing, but
Oh, yeah, no, I wouldn't have said the legal action thing. And I wouldn't have even said invoice. I would have just said, please pay me that back. That's not cool. This isn't a business transaction. You don't need to invoice them for it. I'd send them the receipts. I'd send them the receipts and say, hey, I need you to pay me this back.
Yeah, I would too. I think
all you had to do was come to the party.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could have left early.
Half of a day would have been fine. Like you would have been okay. All right.
They couldn't just leave early. Update part 2. I didn't think this could get worse, but here we are. I didn't respond to any of the subliminal messages she posted about me on social media, and I've been very quiet while I've been getting my ducks in a row for the litigation. Is this person a lawyer? I wonder if they're actually a lawyer.
Maybe. They're using fancy lawyer lingo.
But this past Friday, she sent me a 3-page audit of financial and emotional contributions from 2015 to present. I wish I was fucking joking. This is crazy.
Yeah.
The audits. She itemized every dinner or lunch we've ever ate together. She estimated $18 per meal. Gas money for driving to and from hangouts. A birthday gift from 2017 that she now claims she went into debt for. Time spent emotionally supporting me after my dad passed. She said she took me she said she took on the role of a grief counselor for me, even though I talked to her on the phone about it once for 30 minutes. One time, she helped me move apartments. She wants to be paid for her labor and emotional distress caused by me threatening litigation. This person is such a bad person.
Yeah, this is awful.
Her grand total, $2,412.09, which is conveniently within $25 of what I invoiced her. She then told me that if we're really keeping score, that I actually owe her $24.56.
Oh.
That's such a snake move.
It's amazingly pathetic.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine doing that to somebody.
No, it would be awful. It would be an awful, awful time. But now I think you have to sue him.
Yeah, I would. At this point, I would sue. At this point, I'd be like, "Oh, fuck you."
I think at that point you have to do it for pride.
Yeah, I'd be like, "No, we're not doing this bullshit. I'm shutting
We're going
this down.
in now.
We're going in."
We've gone too far.
Someone said the top comment says, "Can't believe I'm saying this, but not the asshole." They could have. Okay, yeah. I don't know why they're surprised they're saying it. Yep, not the asshole.
Michael, you didn't say any words that I should understand there.
Oh, I just didn't understand why that person was saying that they were surprised they were saying not the asshole. They said, "Can't believe I'm saying this, but not the asshole."
I think because they went in with being like, "You're gonna sue your friend for not going to your wedding."
I guess that, yeah, you and I actually got to the same point too of like, in the beginning we were like, yeah, don't sue them over this. And then by then we were like, oh no, we're suing.
We're in, go. See, but this is a vengeance sue. I wouldn't have done this to begin with. I would say you should have just stopped being friends with them and cut your losses. And you could have absolutely said, please pay me back, with the understanding that you probably are never going to get the money back and you probably just need to hate them for the rest of your life. But instead, going and doing a lawsuit, like would I actually do it? No, not in a million years. You should not get into a lawsuit if you don't have to.
I do not think that's a good idea. But I would have sent them the receipt, said pay me back, and I never would have followed up about it.
Yep. 100%.
Because also, if you desperately need $2,000, you should not be paying for people to fly to Bali for your destination wedding.
No, all right.
On to, am I the asshole for making my friend pay for my Uber home after she surprised me?
This one, after that last one, I'm like, who cares?
Okay.
These stakes are so low comparative.
You're probably the asshole, and as long as, I don't know why the surprise is in quotes, but even if they fucked up the surprise and it wasn't actually good for you, was their intentions good? If they actually were trying to do something nice, no, you should not make them pay for it.
Yeah, I guess I'm curious on where they're at and how far this Uber is. But because if they're all of a sudden like, I was in downtown Chicago and I had to Uber to Denver.
Because they kidnapped me. So I went out last night with some friends. One of them, let's call her Sarah, offered to drive since she doesn't drink and said she'd stay sober. Cool. Everything was fine until like 1 a.m. when suddenly she says she's too tired and wants to leave. I told her I was good staying and I'd just Uber home later. She kept saying she felt responsible for me and wouldn't leave without me. It honestly turned into a whole thing, and I didn't feel like arguing in the middle of the club, so I just went with her. Then, once we get to the car, she goes, actually, I'm going to go to my boyfriend's place. It's closer. His place is like 20 minutes the opposite direction from mine. She drives there, pulls into a gas station near his house, and tells me to just call a ride from there. The Uber back to my place was $25 because of surge. Honestly, I'm surprised it was only $25 with surge pricing. I'm surprised it's not more. If she just left me at the club like I originally said, I would have paid and not cared. But she basically forced me to leave because she felt responsible and then dropped me off halfway so she could see her boyfriend. So yeah, I Venmo requested her the $25. Now she's mad saying I'm ungrateful because she already gave me a ride. My other friends think I'm being petty over $25. Your friend is... This friend sucks, but no, you should not be asking them for the money.
No, you had every opportunity not to go get in the car with them. You could have just hung out at the club. Yeah. And now I think it just level sets. Now you know who this friend is. Like, don't count on them for a ride.
I think we've all had experiences with friends that have done that to us. Like we think that we've agreed to something and then the friends only changes it last second.
Yep.
And like we all can tell when that friend is doing something that's reasonable versus something that's like, fuck you, you idiot.
Yeah. I remember when I first got my Subaru, and it was the first car that I'd ever had that wasn't older than me. No, it's not older than me. I guess I had a 1995, so that one was exactly my age, Toyota pickup, and then a 2001 VW. And I was like, wow, I finally have a car that's like new. I'm so excited. I can't wait to show it off to my two best friends in the world, Michael and Dora. And we're going to go to the movies, so I'm going to be able to drive them. And we all are getting ready, and all of a sudden you guys both are like, I'm actually pretty tired, so I'm just going to drive myself. And I was like, we live at the same place. You were like, no, if the movie's bad, I'll just leave and drive myself. We're like, you fucking jerks.
Is that why you didn't want me to drive myself? Because you wanted to show me the car?
Yeah. I drove there with Charlotte, and I was like, she was like, you're okay. I was like, I don't know that I am.
I remember this. I remember being so confused why you cared so much. I was very confused. I
was so excited.
Oh my God. Well, thanks for not invoicing me for that.
Yeah. So all of that to say, I get the annoyance. $25 isn't worth it. You're just being petty for $25. Like, it's just not worth it. But now you know, like, the friends is not. They're not responsible like that. You can't count on them for it. Maybe you can jokingly be like, you owe me a drink the next time we go out for that crap. But like,
that's a good point.
Even then, I wouldn't push it that hard because
I wouldn't even do that. But that's the most harmless way to do it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't rely on this person again.
No.
And if I did rely on them again, I'd know that they will pull crap like this.
Yeah. 100%.
Ooh, we've got another house sitting one.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Am I the asshole for asking my friend to pay me back for the wine he drank while he house sitted for me?
Crap. How expensive was this wine? He's like, he drank my Franzia.
Yeah, he drank my box wine.
Yeah,
he drank my $2 Chuck.
I'm gonna say if the bottles are over $50, you're not the asshole. If they're below that, I totally get why you might want them to pay you back for like $20 to $30 or $20 to $50, but like it's probably not worth it. Although maybe you should put a limit next time or something and be like, hey man, you know, drink this wine, but please don't drink all of my good wine.
Yeah. My dad had a friend who was in charge of a fundraiser that was like a hoity-toity fundraiser for like, where like like the whole thing was that it was like a fine wine and dinner party.
Yeah.
And he was in charge of the wine for the party, and it was right when like $2 Chuck started being a thing, and like it was well known, but also like not everybody. It wasn't a household name yet, and so he went out and got a bunch of $2 Chuck for the party. Everybody really liked it. He got a ton of compliments about the wine, and then like a couple days after that, a big article came out about what $2 Chuck is, and everybody and like the people in charge of the event were like, "You are never allowed to buy wine ever again." And he was kicked off of that committee. He was got in a lot of trouble,
That's
but he's very proud of
incredible.
himself.
Yeah. Hey, man. Most of the time, people can't tell the difference. So it's probably, although you shouldn't, you should still give people what the experience that they're purchasing. But
All right.
Okay,
So
get into
I,
it.
26 female, had my friend 27 male watch my place and my cat for the weekend. Dude, cats need a lot of watching when people
Yeah.
weekend. I told him he could help himself to whatever in the kitchen, which I thought was just like common sense for snacks and stuff. No, it is not.
No.
I get back and realize he opened this $120 bottle of vintage Barolo I was saving for my promotion. He literally drank the whole thing alone while watching Netflix. When I asked him about it, he got all weird and said I gave him permission because the wine was in the kitchen. Like, okay, but who drinks a $100 bottle of wine without asking first? I sent him a Venmo for $80, gave him a discount, lol, and now he's calling me tacky and told our group chat I'm a bad host. I feel like there's literally an unwritten rule of guest logic where you don't touch the most expensive thing in the house. If I tell you to help yourself to my garage, it doesn't mean you can just drive off in my car. I don't know if I'm being the asshole here. He's making me feel like I'm being extra, but I feel like he totally took advantage of me. I don't know. It's also just $120.
Yeah. I think this person's kind of being the asshole here.
I think that they are too. I
It's,
do think that, like, I personally, if someone tells me help yourself to what's in the fridge, I don't think go into their freezer or anything in the kitchen. I don't think go into their freezer and de-thaw their filet mignons that are frozen in there and like pop open the bottle of wine that I see.
yeah, I probably wouldn't drink the wine, but also, unless this person goes and like looks up how much this wine costs, they don't know that it's $120 wine. And you just, you kind of made a mistake by telling people you can have whatever you want in the kitchen.
Yeah, and if you're going to tell
would you
people
be
that, you should go in the kitchen and see what's actually there.
Yeah, would you be mad if somebody drank a couple of beers?
Absolutely not.
Now, would you be mad if they drank the whole 6-pack?
If I told them that they could help themselves to whatever's in the kitchen, no, I wouldn't be.
Now, I'd be a little weirded out. I'd be like, you drank all
But I would not be upset if I told them they could help themselves to whatever's in the kitchen.
Yeah. Now, with wine, like, you open the bottle, you drink the bottle because you don't want it to
Yeah.
go bad. Like, there's
It
no
feels
way to
different because you can
savor it.
consume 1/6 of a 6-pack and the rest
Yeah.
of the 6-pack is still there. Wine's not the same.
Yeah. So I don't think that this person, I think that this person is being like a smidge of an asshole. And especially because, like, and I get money is something where like $120 can be really important to somebody.
Dude, if I buy a $120 bottle of wine,
Yeah.
in my mind, that is gold. Like I'm like, this is for a special occasion.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah, I would too. I
I think the most expensive bottle of wine I've ever bought was like $60.
Okay. Yeah. I totally agree. Now, I am like, because I was a server at one point, like we worked with, $300, $400 bottles of wine. So my price scaling is a little slightly different, but I totally get that it is an expensive bottle of wine. It's a luxury, but then you need to treat it as such, or you need to be fine with that it was consumed.
Yeah.
And I think with this one, you probably just got to get over it.
Yeah. They did you a favor. Also, honestly, like they saved you more than $120 in house sitting fees.
Yeah.
So I think you're okay.
Yeah.
The top comment is that they are the asshole. Expensive and cheap bottles of wine look the same to people who don't know wine. Be more precise in your instructions for people doing you a favor.
Yeah, there you go. I think that's pretty succinct.
You told him to help himself to whatever he did. You're the asshole. You're the asshole. Yep.
Everybody agrees.
And I think that it comes back to also like you gotta know that the people that you're having house at your house like know about the same stuff that's in your house and like are people that like understand the same values as you. Otherwise, don't have them be in charge of your house while you're gone.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it just comes down to, and I see this is where like I get it. It's kind of awkward when you ask somebody to do you a favor to then be like really particular about things because they're already doing you a favor. It feels a little strange to then be like, and here's my whole rubric for how you should handle yourself and conduct yourself in my home.
Yep.
So I get because it leads to miscommunication. And like this is just an error in communication. And so what I would say is like you just have to learn from this. You have to be like, oh, and you know what? Also, be careful with which wine you drink. Like this one's fine, this one's not fine. I accidentally let somebody drink the wrong wine one time, and I was kind of freaking mad about it. And like, take it as something that then you know to tell people about, and you have a fun reason to tell them about it, because it diminishes some of the awkwardness.
Yeah. All right, you ready for this next one?
Yep.
Ooh, this is a young person one. Am I the asshole for telling my friend she's in the same league as men she calls ugly?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. And like we in the last time we did this, we did talk about. I can see some little similarities of this one, where it's like we talked about that sometimes it's helpful to have your friend like call out some sort of privilege that you have.
Yeah.
This is sort of the opposite of that, where it's like.
Yeah. But
like friends telling you hard truths. And so like I don't think that you're automatically the asshole for this, but I think in a lot of cases I don't know, because like I don't know. This is tough. It's not your job.
Yeah, but you are their friend, and you've got to help them figure out about themselves. And where I could see this being beneficial is because number one, ugliness is just it's just a term. Like I think there are like aesthetic standards that we as a society have, and I don't want to get so like Willy Wonky where I'm like, there's nothing to ugliness or hotness. I'm like, yeah, there is, but like everybody has a different standard for that. And if somebody has a standard, fuck it, like they have a standard, and like absolutely, I don't know a single person who they can't achieve what their standard is, because normally it comes down to confidence and self understanding. Because somebody who is, like described, like if we describe like the typical what people say or like the unattractive of like, let's say it's a heavier set, shorter man with like who's balding. Like those are like three of the things that people would typically say like diminish hotness, right? That person can fucking slay, dude. There's no question in my mind that dude could slay every single day, because they understand who they are and they understand what they value in another person. And so they know who the hell their target audience is, and they go hit it. Like they go hard for it. Now, what will stop you is if that same person is super uncomfortable and super awkward and is not able to go out there and start a conversation. Like, yeah, but that's less about what they look like, and it's way more about how they interact with other people. So I just don't know that I buy that. Like, this person is annoyed by what they're saying. I don't know that they actually have truth behind it.
I think that you have a good point there. Okay, here's the story.
And how many hateful comments are we going to get that I mentioned baldness, weight, and and height?
Dude, I mean, we deserve them.
Yeah, we do.
My friend, 19 female, downloaded dating apps like Tinder and Hinge for the first time about a week ago. For reference, she's the type that always says she wants a boyfriend, wants to do couple things, feels lonely single, etc. She's also, in my opinion at least, very normal and average looks-wise. Not ugly, not super hot, just all right. That tells me nothing. That was not helpful.
I'm sorry, have you never seen Cardboard? This person's Cardboard.
Oh, she's just cardboard.
Yeah.
Since then, she's been complaining to me that almost all the men there are... Oh. Since then, she's been complaining to me that almost all the men there are ugly, short, etc., and that she doesn't match with anybody hot. I asked to see which people she was calling ugly, and so she showed me her likes, and it mostly showed people perfectly in her league. This is so judgmental to like judge somebody's league and who's in their league and who's not in their league. As in moderately attractive guys. I told her that these guys were all in her league and she should give some of them a chance since she always complains about wanting to be in a relationship. She denied that she's in the same league as them and said that she's much more attractive than them. I pointed out that in her own words, she doesn't match with any of the guys she does find attractive, so she's not in their league. She said I was an asshole. Am I?
I don't, dude, I think you and I might disagree here. I don't think she's an asshole.
I think that she's an asshole for, because of the statistics aspect of it, like that she's not matching with the people that she finds that she says are in her league.
Well, you and I both know that algorithms are stupid, especially on dating apps. I mean, because and we had this exact situation with you, except for that truly, there was a specific type of person that the dating apps chose for you who you weren't attracted to. And you told it over and over again you weren't attracted to that type of person, and it refused. It's so, we know that these things can get hyper fixated on a specific type of person for you. And I think that there might be good reasons for it. There might be bad reasons. But what I do think is that if this person is consistently striking out people who are just like medium attractive, as this other person said, and I think people can generally say whether somebody is medium attractive or not. I think and look, I'm not also trying to say cancel culture type of shit, because that is also stupid. But I do think that we've gotten a little hypersensitive about just saying what somebody looks like. Because there are good reasons for it, because we should not body shame people. We should not be, we should not be saying that somebody is attractive or not attractive as a society. That is worthless and has only led to hurtful things. But we as people can say if we're talking about beauty standards as they've typically been, this person falls into this. And that is what your friend is doing by saying, oh, this person's unattractive, this person is attractive. So they have locked themselves into traditional or whatever beauty standards they're following in. And if the reality is just that these people are medium attractive, that person should go give some of them a chance. You should get out there and then meet these people. And then you should give up apps and go meet people in normal ways, because otherwise you're being an asshole, because all you're doing is selecting no on all of these different people who you've not met in any way other than looking at their face and reading a couple of dumb prompts.
Dude, and getting off the apps is so important.
Yeah, dude, go pick up a hobby. Anybody who wants to find a relationship, go find a hobby. That's it, man. Just go actually do stuff, because and do stuff that's not going to a bar, because bars, you have nothing in common with the other person other than drinking and being desperate to find a relationship. If instead, and even then, you don't actually have that in common, because a lot of people you'll give your number to already are in a relationship. So instead, find a hobby, find something that's particular that you enjoy. Even if you're not this is the greatest thing in the world, just go do it if what you actually want is a relationship. And then meet people in person, connect over a shared hobby because you're shoved together. Swing dancing, I think, is an amazing shared hobby that you guys can go do that you can then find a relationship through. And it's not like you have to do swing dancing for the rest of your life. You just do it so you can meet somebody.
Could not agree more with that. I think getting off the apps is important.
I think this person might be spitting truth. And they might be an asshole because they're spitting truth, but they still might be right.
I think that you have a really good point there. And so right now, it seems like the top comment and the top overall judgment is that everyone sucks.
That they're all taking into consideration beauty standards and that's a mistake.
Yeah, basically. Most people seem to think that everybody sucks here. And a couple people think not the asshole.
Okay. Any logic that they give?
Everyone sucks here. Everyone sucks here. I'm so glad I'm not 19 anymore. And everyone sucks here because believing in leagues is so shallow and dumb.
Yeah.
Everyone sucks here. Everyone has different tastes and preferences. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
I think that there is like times it's okay to tell people hard truths and to like.
I
give them your
think
opinion.
that's the thing. I'm not saying that because I totally agree with them that saying that somebody's in your league or out of your league is stupid, and is just naive. What I do think is valuable is telling somebody, "Hey, man, you're not in some vast league of your own. Like that's not what's happening here." And for the people who are, they're lame in their own ways. Everybody has positives and negatives. Somebody who is traditionally super hot might be really lame in other ways, and they also could be amazing in other ways. Because like I don't want to say, oh, everybody's who's hot is mean or something. Like that's just never proven out to be true. I think most hot people I've met are very nice, but I think settling somebody down is helpful.
Yes. All right. So let's do one more. And
right.
I think we have a theme here. Am I the asshole for not wanting our friend to ever come back to our house after he ate literally everything we owned?
Well, not ever wanting them or just not wanting them to house sit?
I'm more attached to the phrase "everything we owned."
Yeah,
he ate everything you owned, but also how much did you own?
Yeah, how much food was? Because
was there like one frozen lasagna in your fridge and that was it? Because that's pretty reasonable to have eaten that.
I need more details on what all they ate and how much you were offering.
Yeah, my husband and I live abroad. Earlier this year, a mutual acquaintance, let's call him K, reached out saying he'd been scammed with an apartment rental and had nowhere to stay. At first, we only offered a weekend, but he was polite, helped around the house, and seemed grateful. So we ended up letting him stay the full 20 days he'd asked for. During that time, some things rubbed us the wrong way. He never bought groceries, and multiple times he pretended he was going to pay but forgot his wallet, or claimed he could only use Apple Pay, not accepted at our local supermarket. He'd eat way more than his share. Once my husband and I shared a half a pizza, and he ate the other half of the pizza and did not contribute. Still, we felt bad for him, so we let it go. We stayed friendly, and a few months later, we were planning a 17-day trip. Since he was struggling with rent, we offered to have him stay at our place in exchange for taking care of our dog. I even wrote a Google Doc with instructions for the house, dog care, gym access, etc. I told him he could eat anything that was going to expire, fruit, veggies, yogurt, etc. When we came back, everything was gone, and I mean everything. The entire fridge, freezer, pantry. He finished 2 jars of jam, a jar of peanut butter, a giant Costco bottle of olive oil, condiments, rice, snacks, cheese, even my husband's supplements, creatine, protein, and collagen. He completely destroyed a ceramic pan. He consumed things that usually last us 6 months in just 2 weeks. I honestly suspect he might have taken stuff with him because it's insane how much was missing. I didn't confront him except to ask him to replace the pan, which he mocked me about. It's just a pan. Why are you making it a big deal? I feel deeply disrespected. I think you should feel robbed. Now he keeps texting me, acting like nothing happened and wants to hang out. I told my husband I don't want him in our home ever again. I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
My husband says I'm being too harsh, and if he wants to stay friends, that's his choice, but I feel completely taken advantage of and disrespected. Oh my God. That was a lot. This person robbed you. He just stole all your groceries.
Yeah.
And all your supplements.
That's weird.
All of that, if you went to his kitchen, it would just be full of all your stuff.
Yeah, you didn't drink olive oil.
That'd be fucking nuts if he did. Oh my God.
That's incredible.
I'd be so creeped out to have this person back, especially for them to, and the pan's not even the part that matters.
Yeah, no.
Because if they're staying at your place and they use your fancy pan that you leave in there and like they mess it up, like, yeah, that's your fault.
Yeah. That doesn't matter. All of the stuff that they took, like he didn't eat a whole thing of creatine.
He's just eating it like cereal in the morning.
He took like
He
one
mixed
thing
it with
of
the olive
creatine.
oil and made a shake out of it.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Now, what do you think as far as the husband saying it's my choice whether I stay friends with him?
They stole from your house. It is not your choice. You have to support your partner on this.
I think that's probably pretty true. This is
yeah, if you feel like, dude, my friend has a problem and like I want to support him, so like I'm gonna go get a drink with him every once in a while to like remain friends.
Yeah, my friend has a problem. We're gonna go drink together.
Yeah, like that's like if you really want to, like your wife shouldn't stop you from going and like seeing that friend sometimes. But no, you can't invite your friend over again.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. It clearly seems like this guy is going through some stuff, so I understand wanting to, be supportive, but you got to set some boundaries here as far as how you're going to be supportive to them.
Yeah. All right, the top comment is, he didn't consume it all in that time. He emptied your place and took it back to his to last him a while. He stole from you like he was on a shopping spree. The next top comment is, not the asshole. Change the locks. He gets wind from your husband. You have an overnight stay elsewhere. He will be restocking again. Parentheses, he made a duplicate. Wow, that's a good point. Tell husband, put on his big boy pants and smell the coffee. Mooch boy does not come in the door anymore. He can stay friends, but hubby goes to his place. Time for cameras and door camera. I like this person's attitude. Hubby goes to his place.
All of the other comments were so straightforward, and then all of a sudden, this post comments are wackadoo.
Yeah. Not the asshole. This guy robbed you. Unless he was running a mukbang, there's no way he could eat that much. He crossed a boundary when you were trying to help. Your hubby needs to stand up for you. You're supposed to be a unit, and you're justifiably upset. The word
Fair
hubby
enough.
He's not a friend. I'd bet he took the stuff in the cupboard, so he's a thief as well. Not the asshole. They didn't even say help yourself to anything in the kitchen. They said help yourself to anything that's going to expire.
Yeah.
He's like, well, it's going to expire eventually.
Yeah. Everything's on a ticking clock. We all die.
Yeah. So I actually took your dog and your cat too.
Yeah. Man, how uncomfortable would you feel? Oh,
I'd be creeped out.
I'd be screaming on the inside.
I would be
probably on the outside.
Creeped. I'd be like, what did you do? And if they were there with me, I'd be like, you need to go.
Yeah. Because, the fact that they just took all of these different things, yeah, you can't trust that ever again.
And then just, pretended that they didn't. Or just yeah, I didn't know I ate it all. You ate 6 months worth of supplements? You're going to die.
Yeah, you shouldn't have done that. That's not healthy.
Wow. Well, Casey, reading Aim Out of the Assholes about friendships makes me really value our friendship.
Yeah, for sure.
And how good of a friend I am for protecting you and keeping you from getting sick.
You do. And so far, you've not robbed me.
I have not robbed you. Not one time.
So, it could always be worse.
It could be worse.
Well,
thanks, Casey.
Thanks, Michael.
Pew. I shot you.
Oh, no.
Yep.
I trusted you.
Right through the teleprompter.